Today we are going to be ranking the best 10 pitchers in MLB The Show 23. Now, there are a ton of really good pitchers in the game this year, which made this list really hard, but we're going to be talking about the most meta pitchers, the pitchers that will help you guys get all the way up to World Series if you're not there already, and the pitchers that I personally have loved using this year, amazing stats with the really good hits per nine. We're also looking at pitching clutch and pitch speed differentials to help us decide which are the best pitchers in the game. But before we get into this, make sure you guys drop a like and a sub as we're getting really close to 10k subs. I've loved all the support lately. Let's get right into it. If you guys want cheap stubs, make sure you guys go to u4gm.com. What they will end up doing is all they do is you give them your ID, their password, they do it all for you, and then you just put in my coupon code for Brady to get 5% off your purchase. Link will be in the description below. So first things first, like every single video, we're going to start off with our honorable mentions. These are guys that just barely didn't make the list, but are still really good meta pitchers, and we've even got a couple of budget beasts right here. The first one being one of my personal favorites in the game this year, it is Adam Wainwright. What makes this guy so good is the hits per nine and pitching clutch are better than Greg Maddux. So he's got 106 hits per nine, he's got 117 pitching clutch, and he's only about 26,000 stubs. This is my favorite budget beast in all of Diamond Dynasty so far this year. I know he's a set one card, so he'll only be available for about another month or so, but this card is great. If you need a fifth starter to help you with your World Series push, make sure you guys get Wayno. He is amazing. The next honorable mention has to go with Shohei Bieber. Now, the reason I really like Shohei Bieber is I love his pitch differentials. He has a really good pitch mix, probably the best pitch mix whenever I'm playing ranked seasons. He's got good hits per nine at 106 and good pitching clutch at 111. Making him one of the better budget beasts in the game. And with the last two budget beasts, we've got Mad Bum, which is self-explanatory, a lefty with sinker cutter, and Dustin May, who is a guy that I used a lot early game. He ended up having like a 5-year away from me. He was pretty good, but what hurts this card and Mad Bum are the pitching clutch. It's just too bad to play in ranked. But he'll get the job done if you need somebody that's just like your fifth starter. Now getting into the top 10 list, a lot of these cards are set 2, but there are a couple that are set 1. If they're set 1, they're just probably absolutely disgusting. But without further ado, the 10th spot on our list is none other than Clayton Kershaw. Now, the reason why I have Clayton Kershaw so low is just that this is not his meta card. 103 hits per nine at this time of year does not get the job done. It really doesn't. You got to be absolutely shifty if you're a guy with 103, like sinker cutter, god pitch mix, and over 115 pitching clutch. He's at 109 pitching clutch, so that's why I have him at the 10 spot. I just don't think this is the best Kershaw card that we've ever gotten. In years past, the really good Kershaw cards started out with like 115 hits per nine, 112 hits per nine, like in MLB Show 19 and 21, whenever there were really good Kershaw cards. They were a lot higher hits per nine, and it hurts. It honestly hurts. He has really good command, which is awesome. Like, he's not a bad pitcher at all, but I just have him at the 10 spot because I think we're going to get an amazing Kershaw card later in the year. This just isn't like the Cy Young Kersh that we really want. Number 9 spot, we've got the guy that just throws absolute gas. Whenever you're playing Nolan Ryan on Hall of Fame and Legend, it is hard to beat this guy. It is so hard to beat this guy. I don't know. He throws like, I know he has 99 miles an hour, but on Hall of Fame, when I was facing Nolan Ryan, he was touching 104. He was throwing 103 consistently. Like, it was crazy. And anytime I put somewhat decent contact on it, the hits per nine are just so good. And the pitching clutch at 121 is pretty much maxed out. He's just the best stats pitcher in the game. The only reason why I don't have him higher on the list is he has nothing that goes side to side. Is whenever you're facing Nolan Ryan, you can sit straight up or straight down, because both of his fastballs are just going to be up in the zone usually, and his curveballs are going to be down. And you're not gonna really miss it because you're sitting on 2 pitches, and the 12-6 curve and the circle change just blend, and the 4-seam and the sinker blend, meaning that I don't think he's as good as he could be. The number 8 spot today, we've got Pedro Martinez, and the reason why Pedro Martinez is at the 8th spot is, again, just the hits per nine, not amazing, but not bad. He does have an outlier heater. He has a really good pitch mix. He's not a bad card. He's just not amazing. And I do think we'll end up getting a better Pedro card. But the thing is that there's better set collection cards that are pitchers than Pedro right now, and he is so hard and expensive to get. And if you don't have the set collections done, if you do and you have like the other 2 choices, you're gonna pick the other 2 guys ahead of Pedro. Like, I would pick Babe Ruth and Chipper ahead of Pedro any day, just because he's not like that much better than other pitchers. So I have Pedro at the number 8 spot today just because of how he is and how expensive it is to get this card. And is he really worth it? At the number 7 spot today, we have maybe the best budget beast in the game, Lynn. 114 hits per 9, 118 pitching clutch with sinker cutter. What else do you want? Like, I don't know what else you guys want. He is gross. He's gross. All of his pitches look completely different. And he has some of the best hits per 9 out of anybody we've put on this list so far. If you're looking for a budget guy for $30,000, pick up Lynn at number 7. He is great and will make a lot of meta pitching staffs. At the number 6 spot, we've got Shohei Ohtani. The reason why Shohei is so good is his pitch differentials. They're just so good. I know I'm blocking it a little bit, but the curveball at 79 and the four seam at 102 consistently is tough, and 102 comes in hot. He has a really good command of all of his pitches. His four-seamer he can dot, his slider he can dot, and his slider's gross too. Everything is just completely different speeds, different pitch differentials. He's got 123 pitching clutch, which makes this card great. So he's pretty much maxed with a runner in scoring position. I know 107 is 107. It's not great. Oh yeah, and he can hit really well too if you need him to. So Shohei Ohtani is a great card. I definitely recommend using this guy. That's why he makes the 6th spot. These top 5 are crazy though. At the number 5 spot, we got reliable Bob. Man, Bob Gibson. This guy just goes out for me and shoves. 4.4 ERA in 41 innings, which is really good for Diamond Dynasty. 112 hits per 9, max pitching clutch. He is so good. He is so good. I love this card. He throws everything where I want him to. His pitch differentials are good. He's always throwing 102 consistently throughout the whole game. He's hard to hit on Hall of Fame and Legend no matter how many times you face this card. But I love Bob Gibson, so he makes the top 5. He had to make it. He's like my backbone of my pitching staff. Number 4 spot, I still can't hit him. Roki Sasaki. I know he's a set 1. I know a couple of these guys up here at the top are set 1 cards. I still can't hit this card. The forkball is gross. The slider's gross. His sinker's outlier. His four seam's outlier. It's just so hard to hit. He dots me. He like absolutely bends me over. So I had to put him above Bob because he destroys me. He's going for like 65K, so he's a little more expensive, but still really good. The number 3 spot is making me question life. I think I really want him. And the reason why I do is I think that Chris Sale is a budget Randy Johnson. He throws 100. He has a disgusting pitching windup. His slider will absolutely dismantle anybody. 110 hits per 9, max pitching clutch. I mean, you get this guy paralleled up. He's unreal. He's a set 2 card, so he's going to be able to be used for a long time. I think I'm gonna buy him. I've been kind of hesitant on this just because my pitching staff's been fine. And it's kind of one of those things where like I don't necessarily need him, but he's so good that I don't know if I can pass up from Chris Sale just because he's just hard to hit. Like he's just really hard. If you've ever faced Chris Sale, you know he's hard to hit. It's just weird. That slider moves so much. I know it's a video game, but it moves a ton. So he makes the top 3 in the game right now as he's really, really good. His hits per 9 and pitching clutch are really good as well. At the number 2 spot today, we have my favorite pitcher in the game, and it's Justin Verlander. Now, I know this might be a little bit of a hot take, and I am a little biased. I love this card. What is so good about him is he has the best pitch mix and best pitch differentials in the game. And if you know JV cards, they just always shove every single year. That cutter's amazing. That four seam has 99 control. Like, he's really, really good. I know that the pitching clutch and hits per 9 are a little bit lower than some of the other dudes, so you could move him lower in the list, but I love JV, and I think he's going to be my rotation for a very long time. And at the number 1 spot, there is no surprise here. It is Randy Johnson. Oh my gosh, this card's so good. 110 hits per 9, 125 pitching clutch. He throws weird. He's got a really good pitch mix. He's a lefty with a slurve. He's got 2 different fastballs that are gas. Like, the 2 seam's going to play a lot like a sinker, and the 4 seam is 102. I'm really close to getting this card. I don't have him yet, but I am so excited for him to be on my lineup. 98 pitch control of the heater, 99 pitch control of the slider. Like, that's really good. He's got good control of everything, and he's got 99 break on the slider and the heater and his pitches move a ton, making this just the best pitching card in the game, hands down. It's not even close. This video and you want to see more like this, more rankings, smash the like button and let me know a comment down below if there's anybody that I missed in this video that you love. I'd love to talk about it down there. Rankings usually get a little bit confusing, and I am opinionated. Like, this is an opinionated list, but this is who I have thought is the best based on either me facing them or me using them, and whether or not I think they're tough to hit on the higher difficulties, how good are their pitch mix, stuff like that. So anyways, drop a sub if you haven't. I'll talk to you boys later. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.